Welcome back to Chaotic Crafting. I am now living in Panama City Beach, Florida, so I haven't made a video in so long I've probably forgotten how to do it, so bear with me. But I did want to just talk about a couple of things that, of course, when moving, I have unpacked some stuff that I'd forgotten about, and just some other stuff that I think is kind of fun to point out. Nothing, as always, I'm never going to tell you something so profound you've never heard of it before. But I want to show you a couple of things. The first thing I have, and I have been on quite a journey lately with my mental health, and in saying that, several things have happened in my life lately to cause me to struggle with depression and anxiety and ADHD, which I've always had ADHD, but I think the depression and anxiety has triggered it a little bit more than normal. I want to talk about this book for a second. So I got this book on Amazon. I loved it. I saw somebody online using it and was like, I want one. So I got one, and I've of course fell in love with I've kind of been going through my whole chakra energy, my own discovery of all of that. So I love that this was sort of all the chakras lined up. So I wanted to show you this journal that I bought a couple of years ago. So I've had a lot of life changes hit me in the last 4 years, and dealing with it and struggling with how to deal with it has been sort of a rough ride for me. And journaling and arting has always been something that's helped. So I thought it'd be funny to share this with you. Please, if you're easily offended, just stop watching this video. I am not trying to offend anybody, but sometimes life sucks, and I've gone through that. Life sucks for a while now, and it started with my niece lived with me for a little while. She got one of those swearing coloring books, and it came with, like, I'm just going to show you this really quick. It came with like a whole page of like cuss words, not cuss words, of the F word, and she had colored them all and tore it out of her coloring book and was going to throw it away because she had a young child. And I said, can I have that? And it just struck me that I want to make an F it journal. I love Jesus. I apologize if I've offended anybody, but sometimes life comes at you so hard that all you can say is F it. And this is my F it journal. So I have hidden the F word like on every double spread, and I've tried to go in and hide it so you easily offendable people won't be that easily offended. But a lot of the journaling around my main focuses have been very angry, very trying to tell myself to get over myself and figure it out and move on. But and it's funny because I think probably most of these, if I didn't point them out to you, you wouldn't even know they were there. I've blended them in quite well. I know this is crooked. I don't know how to fix that, so I apologize. I blended them in quite well, but it has been so much fun hiding. I believe I was sharing before my phone just literally fell into my journal. Welcome to my life. This one was fun because I kind of hid it in the fold. I just folded her up and hid it in there and asked you to pull. But so I have the F word on every double page hidden. Sometimes it's obvious and sometimes not so much, and I really don't think you would know it if I didn't tell you, because they blend in really well. Like down here, I've tried to do the same colorways, but I don't know, it's just a lot of fun trying to think of ways that I could hide in her little colored. And like I said, my niece had a coloring book that had swear words in it, and I was just trying to find fun ways to sort of get the F word because my life has been one gigantic F me for the last few years. So, and I have a few left of this coloring book page that she had. Not many, but I'm just decided I am going to let this be my F it book. And some of these I've gone back and done some journaling in, and some angry journaling, and some I haven't. But you know, sometimes life is hard, and if you have to humor yourself in fun ways by hiding, it was kind of also at a time, oops, sorry, when the meme was going around that I don't have any left to give. And since I don't have any F's left to give, I have a journal full of them. And if you can find it, if you can find my F in this journal, then you can have it. That was sort of my point. But this is kind of neat. I don't know what kind of paper this journal has in it, because it's very, but it's been very good. It's taken a lot of stuff. I'm pretty abusive to my journals. I may do watercolor, or I may do collage, and I paint over, and acrylic, whatever. So this paper is really thin, and it's bound, sewn in. So I love this journal. I got it on Amazon. I think it was like $25, but I haven't gotten much further than that. But I just thought, you know what? I know I'm not the only one out here struggling sometimes on a daily basis. And so maybe you need an F it journal to just hide your little word, and it's a joke, but just between you and yourself and I. You know, that's the beauty of journals. We do these just to get our mind, or at least I art journal to shut my brain up for a minute. It's the only time that I really have peace, and I'm not worried, and anxiety and depression and everything else isn't attacking myself and my sanity. So yeah, I journal for fun, and I journal for mental health. And I thought, well, if there's somebody out there and you know, you can be like me, and you love the Lord with all your heart, and you pray, but sometimes you just have to cuss a little. This has been a lot of fun. And I just recently moved to Panama City Beach in Florida. It's kind of sad, because I looked at my 401k and my age, and was like, I'm never gonna retire and move to the beach, which that's been my dream, and I've said that all of my life. And so finally, my lease was up in Huntsville, Alabama, and I said, I am not renewing my lease. I was not happy at the apartment complex I worked at. A lot of stuff was falling apart, and the maintenance team was awful and non-responsive. So I knew I didn't want to renew my lease, but at the same time, I didn't want to just try to find another apartment complex in Huntsville. So sort of last minute-ish, spur of the moment-ish, I moved to Panama City Beach, Florida. So I'm here now, and I'm unpacking. So I came across this old journal and just wanted to share that with you, because I thought, even though I know I'm at risk of hurting someone's feelings and offending somebody, and I do not mean to do that, I also know that my intentions are good, and that it has helped me, and it's been a fun hide the F word in this journal, and it's helped those days that I'm so angry at the world and angry at life, that it just helps. But that's not even the reason why I wanted to do this video, so I'm gonna set that aside. Another thing that I did is I went to Books A Million, and they had this guest book, a sign-in guest book on sale for $5. And I was like, I love this, that it's, I don't know, longer, you know, what am I trying to say? Landscape instead of portrait. So I bought it, and just for fun, sort of abused it with watercolor and watercolor markers and some collage bits and some stickers, and it's held up really good. I don't know what to say other than the pages have been nice. I've got this, I've also uncovered or unpacked something that I've kind of had put away for a little while, and that was my Jane Davenport mermaid markers. And now I have some here's sort of my bunch of them. Several of these have just sparkle in them, and so that's what you might see on some of these pages, giving a little glimmer. And so I just prepped some of them and thought, well, how fun this little book has been. I have no patience, so I never let stuff dry, but this doesn't bother me because these are backgrounds and I'm going to journal on top of it. But I wanted to share this with you if you have a Books A Million nearby. I did a little bit of doodling on this page just for fun to see how the pen with some watercolor on top worked out. So this has been a really cool book, and I may do some more stuff in it, but that is also not what I wanted to show in this video today, although we might do some stuff in it just for fun because I have some pages all nice and prepped. One of the things I wanted to show you is these old, I also, like I said, moving sucks, but finding stuff that you've forgotten about doesn't. So I have this little pad that Jane Davenport put out, gosh, probably 4 years ago, that has some, just some female faces on it. I'm gonna try to scoot you in a little bit. It has some female faces on it, and pretty good cardstock. It can handle watercolor and lots of abuse. This is just a page of tracing paper in here. And I wanted to sort of show you something that I've done lately that I've had a lot of fun doing. This is one of the faces, and I've thought about drawing like she's blowing a bubble gum over on top of that. But because this is such good quality of paper, I wanted to show you something I've been doing. I can do it this way if that makes more sense. Yeah. So this is another thing I haven't seen in years because it was packed away and I finally unpacked it, but this is scrapbook.com double-sided tape. And a long time ago I bought this 6-inch roll, and it goes a long way, but I thought, let me show you what makes life easy using this double-sided tape roll. So I'm just gonna press it down, of course, cut it off. And I do love getting messy and using matte medium and Mod Podge and getting all gluey, but every now and then, like if I'm on the couch and I don't feel like going into my craft room or sitting at a desk, I'm just watching TV, but I'm kind of in the mood to shut my brain up, I will art on the couch. And having something like this double-sided tape to art on the couch is so much easier than, I don't know, arting somewhere else, I guess. Let me grab some spare paper to pick up this extra blah, blah, blah. Where was that? You know what? I'll just stick it on here. Not wanting to waste my supplies, even though Lord knows I need to be wasting supplies. I don't know about the rest of you, but good God, I have so much stuff. I have given away and given away and given away stuff from moving, and I still have so much stuff. Of course, I did a major downsize when I moved from Huntsville, Alabama to Panama City Beach. Went from a 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhome to a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment here in Panama City Beach, so I can afford it. And man, this apartment is bursting at the seams. So using this double-sided tape, I wanted to show you how cool it is when you're doing like some napkin collage, which usually is something that I do with Mod Podge. But I'm really rough, and a lot of times I'm tearing the napkin, whether I mean to or not. I just accidentally do. So I'm going to show you how much easier and how nice this goes down when you have this double-sided tape down. And I am going to cut this out a little bit. This is one of Jane Davenport's collage napkins. She had a couple of packs, and Lord knows I had to buy 100 of them because I think I've got 4 or 5 packs that I've come across that I've just had forever. Like I can't just, you know, use a pack and then buy an extra pack. I have to buy all of them the minute I discover them, so I have a lot. I'm gonna leave some of this extra because this double-sided tape is gonna be so solid that it'll make sense for me to have all this extra. But normally if I was collaging this napkin into my journal, I would go in with my water brush and sort of get as close as I could so those edges would dissolve and disappear into the paper. But for this, I am gonna leave it. And I'm gonna pick it up. Pick up that backing. I'm gonna try to fold it back for just as much as I'm gonna actually need. And I was doing this on cardstock, but of course, I can't find my cardstock. So I was glad I found this Jane Davenport. Her Making Faces, I think was the name of her line, where she came out with this practice pages or whatever you want to do with the faces that she makes. Because I always say I'm not an artist. I play around with trying to draw and paint, but one of my favorite things about playing in art, and one of my favorite things that I like to say is I'm not an artist, but I can glue stuff on stuff, because collage is like my favorite. Right, so I'm just gonna go for it. I did get a wrinkle. Wah. No one is judging me on this. Of course, where that was, the edges were wet, they're more fragile, so I probably should not have pulled it off that way, but look how cool. So that napkin went down really easy. I'm not at risk of tearing it apart with my matte medium and my brush, because I do get kind of rough with that. I think I had another one. Yeah, here's another one of her napkins that I want to fill in some of the space. This is one of her cool, like, swatches. I've already taken the backs off. You may or may not know this already, but when you're doing a napkin collage, there's usually a liner, like a 2-ply or a 3-ply. You have to sort of pull out that that plain white liner off of it in order to collage this napkin. It just makes more sense to take it off. And I'm going to, wherever that didn't stick, I'm just going to rip it off and put it over here. And of course, I don't want any sticky left, although I have thought about this. I haven't done it yet. I have thought about going in with glitter after I'm, oh, here's a napkin that hasn't been pulled apart yet. So here's sort of what I was talking about. A napkin has a liner and like the top decorative part. The easiest way to separate them is to get a piece, just a regular piece of Scotch tape, and that'll pull apart real easy. But of course, I'm not nearly prepared for this video. I just decided last minute while I was undoing boxes to stop and say hi, because it's been a while. So see how that just pulls off. It's so satisfying. I don't know why I love this. Yummy. I love doing that. So, and then you can just, you know, grab the pieces of it that you want to use, because it's just a paper napkin. And I'm going to put some more over here, some of the splotchy stuff. I just love that I don't have to worry a whole bunch about the glue and tearing up my napkin, because that double-sided tape makes it so easy. Let me get another girl's face in here. Jane Davenport is one of my favorite artists ever. Matter of fact, she's the reason why I do any art at all. I always have loved Hobby Lobby and started off doing like card making, and usually did a lot of shopping like HSN and QVC and that sort of thing with Crafter's Companion and Anna Griffin and that sort of thing. And I was at Hobby Lobby and saw Jane Davenport's Making Faces, might have been Michael's, I can't remember, it was a while ago, Making Faces line, and the whole point of that lineup was makeup artwork that looked like makeup, and her theory was if you can put on makeup, then you can do art. And I was sort of obsessed with makeup at the time, and I bought everything she had, everything I could find on that rack. I bought, and I loved it. And so then she said, check out some of my videos and at janedavenport.com and to see how I use these products. And when I did that, she's the first one I ever heard talking about art journaling, like not journaling with words, because I don't want to do that, but getting a journal. And I'd been painting on canvases, and I had all these canvases just piled up in a closet because, I mean, I don't want them hanging on the wall. You know, when you paint, just because you need the creative outlet. No, you give a few away, and then your family feels bad because they don't want them up in their house, and you don't want them up in your house. So I had them just all these canvases where I was trying to paint and trying to discover this creative outlet, just sort of piled up in my closet. And I was like, wait, doing art in a journal makes so much more sense, because then I've got my creative juice kind of met, and then I put it away. And so she was the first one to kind of introduce me. I've never even heard of such. And I bought her art journal, and I still to this day, Jane Davenport's journals are my favorite. Mixed media journals, they can handle a lot. I really like all her stuff. And that's this tape where it overlapped is sticking up, and I'm just pressing that back in, trying to get it to behave. Let's see, what else I think I'm gonna do this napkin with the two faces on here. And again, like, this is 3 of her napkins in her collage napkin series. I think these were all in the same set, but I can't promise you that because I have long since taken them out of their original pack, so I don't remember what went with what. I've got another idea after I'm done with this one. So of course, when I've got napkin on top of napkin, I'm going to have to go back in and use something. And because I'm trying to not ruin my napkin with Mod Podge, I'm just going to go in with like this glue stick. I'm sorry, but Blick's glue stick is probably the best glue stick I've ever used. Even better than like the Oohoo or whatever it's called. I love Blick. Matter of fact, last time I ordered some, I just ordered several of every size because these are my favorite. I don't know. Dick Blick Art Supplies. There's one in Atlanta. I went to it one time and I was like a kid in a candy store. Oh my gosh. It was amazing. They have everything. But I always just order these online because I don't live in Atlanta. And even when I do go, I go for work and not for shopping at Blick. So, oh no. I've messed up her crown. I'm sorry, my queen. Napkin is so fragile. But you know, again, it doesn't have, I'm not striving for perfection. God, thank God for that, because I would never achieve it. Just striving for, my brain needed to do something besides unpack for a second, even though the responsible thing would have been for me to keep on unpacking. I have company coming. My apartment is a mess. It is such a mess. I ain't even playing. And the reason it's such a mess is because I have more art supplies than any human being will ever use for their entire life. And I just having a hard time getting rid of them. I just want to keep everything. It's so dumb. Nobody cares. But it's mine, so I want to keep it. And I have. I've kept almost everything. I've gotten rid of a lot too, though. All right, so that scrapbook.com double-sided 6-inch roll. That's one of the reasons why I like it. If I wanted to just center this and put like one piece, think about a 5x7, how many things this would cover the whole thing, and then you've got your whole project done just like that. And so then I'm just going to come back and sort of water down these edges and rip them off. Another thing you can do, and I have one of these, of course. There's not many things in the art world that I don't have, but I have the little Tim Holtz sander where you can sand off all this extra, or you can even take like a fingernail file and just file this off so it'll have a rough, uneven edge, but it'd be kind of finished to keep you from just having to cut it. Or you can cut it with scissors, it doesn't matter. If there's something I can do with my hands, I'm gonna do it with my hands. I don't know, it's weird. I have a thing about it. I like to paint with my hands. Matter of fact, even when I use matte medium or Mod Podge, yeah. I usually wind up rubbing it all in with my fingers, and then I make such a mess. It'd be messy. So, in just a little while, and without much mess at all, we have a nice napkin collage page because I use double-sided tape. Pretty cool. The other thing I like to use, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Xyron, whatever. This is another thing that I found that was in a box somewhere, but it'll put the stickiness on stuff. So if you have like these cute little, I got like this little pack of butterflies, and Xyron has different sizes, but I like the smaller one. And sometimes I'll just go through and like pour out some of the ephemera that I purchased and see what'll fit. And you just slide it. What you're doing is picture side up, you're sliding it through and pulling it out the other side. And this makes journaling a lot easier too, because instead of having to glue it down and go, if you're wanting to do something that's not messy or something that's easy to travel with, for instance, this is a good one. I think this is coming to its end. Oh my goodness, maybe it is at the end. That's okay, because yes, I have a refill. I've been thinking this was about ready to go. So when you pull one through, you rub it really well. This is an old one. I think they've got them out now that doesn't have this this cover on the top. But when you run that through, now you have a sticker. And I'm not kidding when I say this has been in a storage unit for 2 years. So the fact that it's not just melting away, it's shocking to me. And that's where, this is what I did with all of these other stickers, but I'll just go in and find where I want him to live. His coloring is weird, so this stuff's weird, so let's put them on there. One thing I like to do with the butterfly wings is, like maybe with this first girl on the first page of this journal, I put her little wing on her neck. I think, yeah. And then if I go in and put a little shadow around that wing, it'll look more 3D. And I'm gonna find one more place. Oh, this would be a good spot for, I mean, I just did that. I just did these stickers to show you how the Xyron works, but look how cool. It's that easy. And then you make your own sticker and you don't have to worry about the glue or the Mod Podge. Oh, you know what? I just had a good idea for this. This was that leftover scrapbook page, but what if we had just a big old border of these butterflies. And yes, I am kind of over it and trying to use up some of my stuff. I have given a lot of my stuff away, and that's okay. It helps me to give it away. I've been watching like this guy has a channel on YouTube where he goes in and cleans up after people who are hoarders. And man, I'm not gonna lie, I think I have a lot of those traits in me. I love my stuff. I don't want to get rid of it. I can live in a mess. Crazy how messy my little world gets, and it just doesn't bother me. I just don't care. Gotta be something about that. I don't know what it is though. I will worry about that later when I have time to. Let's see, do I have anything else small around here? Oh yeah, I got some more. It's the same company. Got All, or whatever it is. AALL and Create. These are a lot smaller and more cartoony, but obviously I love me some butterflies. In case that's not obvious enough. I'm just gonna pile these up. And this would be a cute little butterfly border or whatever I decide to do on this page later. Oh, I didn't realize the entire time I was doing that, I was off camera. So you can see I'm just sticking them everywhere. There's not a lot of rhyme or reason to why or where, but I'm just using up this extra tape that I had at the bottom. And then I probably need to do something to get some of this sticky off. Now that's cute. Look how cute. I may let this be a page where I do just some writing. While I've got it out though, let's look at these Jane Davenport mermaid markers. The only thing I will say, and mine are so old and have been everywhere, and even like exposed to some hot and cold. Did I lose one? Fall out of a pack. Sometimes when I take the lids off of these, it splatters. So if you're gonna paint something precious and you're wanting to paint with the Jane Davenport mermaid markers, like uncap it over here somewhere else, because I don't want you getting upset when they go everywhere. Oh, I just dipped that in water just to make it kind of go a little further. But they're the water. Oh, this one's leaking pretty bad, but this one has the glitter in it. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just gonna paint some of this up. And some of the colors that the butterflies down here are in, maybe-ish. This one has a little bit of the sparkle too. You can see it settled at the bottom. So I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. There is a mixing ball in her mermaid markers. I'm kind of excited because I'm almost at the end of a lot of them. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with these when I'm done? I may try to mix some of my own inks and stuff that I have. But for watercolor, you guys see how vibrant this is? Her stuff's amazing. She's got really good stuff. If you don't have any Jane Davenport supplies, go run and get you some. Look at how pretty that purple is, where that turquoise and hot pink is mixing. That's kind of cool. This is very typical of how I will fill out a journal page. Just grabbing a color and going. I don't really know where I'm heading, but I just happened to grab another color that had the sparkle in it. All of hers do not have sparkles. Not all of them. Some of them do, but not all of them. This is bright yellow. This will be pretty. Squeeze some of it out. Oh, look how pretty. And where is my towel? Oh, this is another good thing about collage napkins. You can use that inside as a paper. Look how pretty that orange is, where that yellow and pink is mixing. This one See the spice in it, the sparkle. I don't remember what color this is. Anyway, I don't remember what any of these colors are, but this is a purplish. So if I can get that to come out and mix up, I will use it. We'll see how, when I shook it, now the cap is full of that. And it's probably something I'm doing, or maybe the age, but this is what, if I was trying to paint something really nice, this is what, see, I'd be so mad. That's why I said, make sure if you're trying to not just do a messy background like I'm doing, but you want something specific and you're trying to paint a coloring page or something, do not open a mermaid marker over your artwork. I'm just asking for it. Look at all that. I've got so much left. I know what I'll do. I'll just soak some of that up with this page. What was I talking about? I don't remember. My towels, no. Oh, Dee Dee Willingham. I was going to tell you, you should go watch her videos. She does a lot of coloring and stuff. Crap, I can't remember why I was telling you about her. Other than she's like my latest obsession, I guess. Oh, no, this is it. I'm always paranoid about videos just going too long and someone starts talking a lot, and it drives me crazy when I'm watching the videos. So I will just, fast forward. And then she said that she does not watch any videos that are not at least 20 minutes long. And I was like, what? There are people out there who want to hear all of it. So this may be the first video that I will edit a little bit, but we'll just let you see kind of where my brain went and why and how. That's so pretty. I will definitely have to knock some of this back if I'm going to put something on top of that. But I'm not mad at it. All right, well that's good for today. I need to get back to work. I'm so glad to be back with you guys again, and thank you for visiting my channel. And run out and get you one of these cheap guest books and use it as a little journal. And don't forget the shortcut on how to do some napkin collaging without ruining your napkins with Mod Podge double-sided tape. That's the key. And then don't forget, because you probably need one, get yourself an F-It book. You'll feel so much better. All right, Chaotic Crafting, thanks for watching. See you next time.